Alrighty, guys. With this squad builder, we're gonna go with Gasparini. Now, a lot of you guys asking me about three at the back formation. Now, remember, three at the back. It's not a formation that is super consistent on my club, especially right now after Data Pack 2 or before. I would say it is effective with a decent squad builder and a good five at the back manager. Usually, I would not recommend 3-4-3 with wingers unless you are really good with that formation. You know what you're doing. And just because you have wingers, you have attacking area wide, doesn't mean you're supposed to just cross spam and spam crossing. You can do early crosses, you can do cutback tap-ins, double tap and X when you come to the flank. The reason why I like Gasparini because, in my opinion, three at the back, especially this formation, AOD is good. Why? Because if you play five-star team, if your defensive line, if your defensive style is frontline pressure, you're gonna get smoked with these fast wingers that everybody will have. So with this one, I did win on a decent win streak. And the build-up being long ball doesn't mean you have to spam long balls. It just means get the ball out of your own half as quick as possible. Do your build-up outside your own half. And switching your gameplay between LMF and RMF, overload one side, switch to the other, is really important as well. Alright guys, squad builder with Gasparini. As I explained at the beginning, why I choose Gasparini for three at the back. I also do have Marcelo Bielsa. We tried them on the stream a lot. It was so much fun to play. You can have an AMF. I mean, Marcelo Bielsa, just like real life, he's very offensive. I'm still going to keep him. I'm going to keep him as my, all or nothing kind of offensive manager. Because if I use, outward players, let's say I use Mbappe as an RMF and Neymar as an LMF, and I have Ronaldo as a wing forward and then Messi there, I can make this very offensive. Even though as AOD conservative, you can be offensive by your player selection, which player you use. So you will see him in action as well. But let's get back to Gasparini. Now, ideally, in the middle, it's good to have a player who has extra frontman card because he can go up and down in that space between the your two midfielder play here. But in the meantime, this year, I'm really not happy with Ramos. I don't know. He's just not performing. I've tried him with the different managers, etc. So I kind of don't trust him in the middle. And there's a reason I use players with different cards. I have Varane build-up. I have Destroyer. It's kind of a must. So someone tall. On the flank, usually, you can have two center-backs who are fast. But because Gasparini is already AOD, it's unnecessary. But it's ideal for your center-back to have decent ball control and decent balance and decent passing. Because you will end up controlling the ball with him and spread them pass to the LMF because you don't have fullbacks. So if you don't have center backs with good ball control and passing, make sure you do not hold the ball with them too much. And plus, in the meantime, the build-up is long ball. That means get the ball out of your own half as quick as possible. Do your build-up outside your own half. So it's good to have good passers from the back. In the midfield, by default, Gasparini has two DMFs. I change it. I go with... I change it and I go with one DMF, one CMF. Obviously, when you come here, you can change it to whoever you like. As simple as that. It's weird. Some people already 900 rated, and they're asking me how do you change player position, and I'm like, my club is weird right now, dude. A lot of games, your tactic, your formation, which player you have, literally becomes irrelevant. When the algorithm is against you, it's all about your mentality. You almost have to be a Shaolin monk to stay focused and overcome the most predictable stuff that happens on my club. So here, I usually only use an anchorman if I use a formation with one DMF. I would prefer a destroyer here or orchestrator. If I use the orchestrator as a DMF, then my CMF has to be box to box or destroyer. One creates, one defense. But right now, Rodri's DMF, I have moderate orchestrator. I can be more defensive, use two destroyers, or I can be more offensive using a orchestrator and a whole player. Depends how the match goes, who I'm playing against, whether I'm leading or losing. AMF, I always like to have a whole player. Javier is perfect. He's tall, he's strong, he can create, he can pass, he can finish. Perfect, basically. Now, as you can see, LMF and RMF, the thing is in 3 at the back for PES, your LMF or RMF, they don't act like RWB and the LWB. They're like outward players. So you have to balance it out yourself. You can either go with, I usually use, where is he? I use Kimmich a lot. He's got the pinpoint crossing card. Those early crosses are beautiful, David Beckham style. But if you notice, the area as an RMF is not completely blue, so I need to add a position trainer for him. I played like this, like, you know, I have LMF and RMF who can support the attack, so it's like a passive 5 at the back. But I prefer using the Conte system, which he used at Chelsea in real life, and he destroyed Premier League. Almost everybody started. You might probably thinking, what does real life football has to do with it? It kind of does. It kind of does. I mean, it's not that effective anymore. A lot of managers, and they have club ID. The players will move based on the manager's tactics. Like Klopp, even without gegenpress, it feels like gegenpress. So it does matter in a way. On this side, obviously, Di Maria is not going to track back, so I have an anchorman here to cover for him. On this side, Roberto will track back. He's got, obviously, a fullback, and he's got decent passing. He's got pinpoint crossing, which is very important for early crosses. And I've got Modric, a creator. If I want to be more offensive, I would probably just start with something like this. LMF and RMF doesn't track back. And I usually do use, I'm going to get to advanced structures in a second. In terms of your gameplay, really, you either focus on AMF to CMF, give and go, and then you'll have LMF and RMF making amazing runs. If you can break someone down the middle, you should always involve your LMF and RMF. You know, overload one side, switch to the other. And your build-up shouldn't be from the back too much. Just try to get the ball wide to LMF or to RMF, and then do your build-up and dribbling outside your own half. And don't worry about getting countered. However, if you use 2 DMFs, you're not going to get countered as much, and you can counter your opponent better. I mean, a lot of time, I pick this formation because I usually try to think outside the box. Everybody using Santos. I don't want to use Santos. In real life, ideally, even on FIFA or PES, 3-5-2 will always dominate diamond formation because you always have extra man in attack and defense. But as I said, when somebody just bypasses your midfield on my club, just 2-pass counter, the game rewards such a play style. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how many midfielders you have. But I was consistent. Like, I've never seen anybody so far using 3 at the back, and we were very consistent with it. I will show you guys some gameplay as well. We played with them before. Ideally, your strikers, you want to have somebody tall and strong, you can trust him on the ball, and someone else fast and mobile. Regarding the advanced instructions, again, I usually start with defense on my DMF, and wingback. However, if I am losing, I will remove the wingback to be a little bit more offensive. And if my opponent is playing very deep, I use counter target on my AMF. Using counter target on your AMF will make one of your strikers play like a false 9. So that's AMF's counter on him. He's going to link up with Ronaldo, while Mbappe is going to drop, pull the defense, and is going to create spaces. Or you can simply just use false 9. If you want Mbappe and Ronaldo stay more central, you can use anchoring on him. If I want Koulibaly to stay central, I can use anchoring on him as well, especially against Santos. But against Santos, I usually just man-mark Santos' AMF with my DMF. So I think I pretty much covered everything. And if you're asking about other managers who are 3 at the back, the only other managers 3 at the back I would recommend is the ones that 3-4-3 that has the SS very narrow, not wing forward. You know, SS is very narrow by default. You can have 3 strikers. You can literally have an SS here and two strikers, actually. For 5 at the back, I don't know what's squad builder to do with 5 at the back. You either use like crazy fullbacks to be more offensive, or you can park the bus. In my opinion, regarding other formations for 3 at the back, a lot of people ask me about your Guargam Love for Germany. Again, man, you have to be really good to be consistent with 3-4-3 wide attack. There are some 5 at the back managers as well. Some of you asked me. I think I may make another video regarding 5 at the back managers. Usually, if you're looking for this kind of formation for 5 at the back, this formation is mainly within the code of the game. Almost 2 or 3 players never come back, and usually attacking area center is better for this formation. Obviously, if you want to be playing wide, you have your LB and RB. So for 3 at the back managers, I would not recommend managers like this, really. I mean, yeah, you're solid down the middle, but a lot of people just bypass your midfield anyway, so what's the point? We'll have a video regarding 4-2-1-3 if your Ajax manager so far is the best. Formations like this is good if you want to manage the game. You're leading by 2-0. It's minute 80. You want to be more defensive. But honestly, just use your main guy, whatever formation you're using. You can just change the game mentality to defensive and then use wing back or so. If you don't know how to change the game mentality during the game, you just press your D-pad up and down twice. If you change to assistant coach, you hold R2 and then D-pad up and down. Wait, is it R2 or L2? So that's pretty much it about 3 at the back, man. If this formation is pretty effective against diamond as well, but I would not like to go AOD conservative. Maybe position wide or counter wide, because 3 at the back usually, for this one in particular, center is fine. I am looking for a good 3-2-4-1. But usually a formation with one striker and one DMF is not ideal. As I said, lows here as well. You might think these SS by default can be CF, but they can't, because if you can see it, they're very wide. If they were under the box, then yeah, they can be turned into CF. So if you're looking for 3-4-3, look for one that has the SS under the box. That gives you an option to play 3CF. It's more effective. I'm not saying this one isn't effective, but you have to be very, very good to pull off such a formation. And your squad builder, your tactics really matters as well. This one, again, I don't particularly like this one. I would like to have AMF. I mean, you can go triple DMF. You can constantly just play wide, you know, against the diamond formation. But it's not going to be ideal unless you are really good with it. Welcome, Love. Wash your hand after you use them. I know, right? So that is pretty much about Gasperini, man. Obviously, I'm uploading this to YouTube. It's probably on YouTube right now. So if you have any questions on the video, comment down below. If you guys on the stream have any questions, you know, just comment down below. I just wanted to get these squad builders done so that for the rest of the year, I won't repeat myself for you guys on the live stream. If anybody asked, boom, there's a video there. You can watch it. I think we covered a lot of managers so far. Next, we'll be doing probably 4-1-2-3 or 4-2-1-3. Yeah, I have a video about 4-2-3-1 already. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with that one. All right, Peseb is gone. Peseb Live is back. By the way, one thing I need to add about the squad builder with Gasperini, obviously it's always better to have an offensive option and a defensive option. For my third assistant coach, I use Thomas Tuchel, have double AMF, you know, if I want to be more offensive. And when you do a squad builder with Gasperini, if you're going to use assistant coach, you got to use versatile players. Like your center back should be able to play CB. Some of your DMF could be able to play CB. Some of your AMFs would be able to play RMF. So my third assistant coach is Thomas Tuchel. But obviously, I need to get my team spirit a bit higher. Against the diamond, gotta involve my LMF and RMF. I can barely see, man. I can barely see. Why did I pick daytime? Beautiful pass. Keep him guessing, keep him guessing, keep him guessing. Keep him guessing. Oh my god, that was bad. That was bad. Is he gonna pass? Of course he is. Good prediction. Manual switch. Almost. Cheat! All right, he got me. He got me. Good goal. The moment you concede, keep possession, especially if you're leading. Keep possession. Obviously, don't be a dick, don't time waste, but keep possession and switch. Keep possession and switch. Pass horizontally. Horizontally. If I give him the ball, he will most likely fucking score. Most likely. Nice position from Varane. What are you doing, bruh? What are you doing? Sorry, I'm trusting my defense. Got the plug. Clear. Total domination.